Jesus, man, it's fucking roasting. It is absolutely roasting. What a day it's been. But I've loved gardening today, even though I'm scorched. And I can't wait to get home. Look at me like I'm a mess. Can't wait for a shower. I can't wait for a bite to eat. I was about to say I can't wait for bed, but I know it's going to be one of those nights where you're fucking tossing and turning because you're too sweaty. The fan will be on, like, that's for sure. But anyway, I'm talking shite. This garden that I'm about to go to was actually my very first TikTok video, the very first one, and I remember it got maybe a couple of hundred views or something silly, like. But I started recording then. I was like, you know what? I'm going to record all the things that I do if I continue with this business. Because at this time, I was still doing it on the side and I had a full-time job. And I was like, you know what? We'll record everything and see how it goes. And, you know, here we are a year later. We've done a full circle. So I'll show you the garden that I'm talking about. We'll catch up after. So here's the garden here, and in the bottom right hand corner, that's one of the first wee TikTok videos I ever made, and from that, you know, I got hooked. I was like, I'm just going to do this on all the jobs that I can, record the whole journey, and here we are, you know, a year later, back in the same garden, full circle, and we're getting stuck in again. I think the last visit to this garden must have been about July or August, and to be honest, I had thought that he'd got somebody else, you know, because it had been so long, but I think they just kind of get it here and then, you know, whenever they want, rather than as a regular thing. So it just needed a good tidy up. That was all. You know, I mean, this grass doesn't really look long in the video, but I think my mower would have struggled with that, at least the one that I brought. I only brought my wee Acco Classic because I'm not hoofing the wee bang down this alleyway and into this garden. So you know, that's another thing that I'm learning. Like, it's great having a big fucking tank of a mower, but the amount of times that I get to use it with the gardens that I do, maybe one or two of the gardens. But anyway, like this wee garden, because the conifers are shaped differently. You know, when I first came to this garden, these were well overgrown whenever I first came, but somebody had originally cut them into these, you know, I like to call them ice cream bar shapes because I can't think of a better fucking word for it. It looks like an ice cream lolly that you'd get. But they all have each, you know, each one has a little bit of an individual shape, and I like trimming them. It's quite satisfying. Usually I just do this side and the tops, but this time round he was like, the neighbour really desperately wants their side done too, because they don't get it done because, you know, it's not their responsibility. I don't know how it works. I can't be arsed getting into it. I think these guys just pay for it, you know, the whole thing. They pay for the other side as well. So that's grand. You know, that's good. That's a neighbourly thing to do, I suppose. But yeah, it's one of those nice, chill, satisfying jobs. And in this garden, on top of these conifers behind me, there is an ash, I believe it is. I think it was an ash. I need to double check that. But the ash has been trimmed, you know, consistently for a long time into a square shape, and it looks so good when it's in full leaf. So there it is there, just at the back. It hasn't really come out yet, but you know, if I come back to this garden when it's in full leaf, I'll show you. But done. Do you know what I always do? I always leave stuff up my arse in people's gardens, and then it takes me like a whole rotation, like maybe 2 months to come back and find it. I was wondering where this got to. I've been using a black one, and you can't measure it properly. Missed this. So I mean, it's been a year, and you know, have I changed? Have I learned a lot? I'm still the same fucking idiot, to be honest with you. I've just got a load of orange tools now, but it's been class crack. I've loved it. I wouldn't change it for the world.